Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to my channel or just simply not yet subscribed, my name's Brittany. Don't mind the hole in the wall. Jeff is working on some plumbing. This is Butter, if you haven't seen him yet. Castiel's in the room too. So I wanted to give a little bit of a paranormal update. It hasn't been anything too crazy, but honestly, so much has been happening otherwise that my brain is kind of clouded and I don't seem to notice as much. Which I'll dive into all that in another video. But with this one, I just kind of want to keep it more like paranormal based. And my, there was one toy that would go off a lot in Sebastian's room. And it would be random. And it wouldn't be every day. So it wasn't like a battery dying. So I did get a video of that, and I'm going to insert that here. And then another thing is my phone will randomly pick up like Siri will pick up when I'm not talking to it, or I'm not like, hey Siri, or any of the keywords, or anything that sounds like the keywords, or I won't even be talking and it'll be like, I didn't get that. And that happens every once in a while and stuff, and I mean it's frequent but not like every day, so that's a little weird. And then I still work as a delivery driver, was shipped every so often, and I was in Target and I was waiting for their ships department to get back to me over a customer's order because there was a problem with it. So I was standing in the aisle and there really wasn't anyone around me. I was towards the back and there wasn't the store wasn't busy. And I had my phone in my hand and I was just kind of waiting to see when they would respond. And all of a sudden I heard hello and it was coming from my phone. It was a female's voice and I had nothing on but the delivery app, which you can't call or talk through. You can only message through, and I didn't accidentally call someone, nothing, and nobody was around me. So, and it was so clear. But nothing super crazy or alarming paranormal wise has really been happening. I ended up leaving the freezer open last night and lost all of our stuff in our freezer. Well, minus a few meat products I could save because they weren't completely thawed, so they're just starting to thaw. So we can have them over the next couple of days, but Sebastian wakes up in the middle of the night, I go and I get him a drink, and then the freezer ended up opening when, it must have been when I shut the fridge door, so I didn't realize it. It's my mistake. On another note though, I am going to dive into one of your guys' emails that you sent me. I want to start reading one of your guys' emails in every single video of mine. That's something I want to get in the habit of doing. So if you guys want to share your experience with me, You can email me at brittanybriereghosts@gmail.com. We are going to dive into Elise's story. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Hers is a little long, so I figured I'd pair it with my very minor paranormal update, I guess. So this is what her email says. Hi Brittany, my name's Elise and I'm from England. You followed me on Instagram about 2 months ago now, and ever since that I have loved your YouTube videos. Thank you. You seem so sweet and just so kind. Thank you. When I saw your video about your email, I thought I had to write in as someone who also shares a love for the paranormal. I'm sorry if it's long. I'm going to start with some backstory and why I believe I love the paranormal and why it visits me so often. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always begged to go back to my other family where we lived in a little wood log cabin in the middle of nowhere by a very long grassy field. As I have gotten older, I have realized that I have been talking about my past life. I am 16 now and still remember how I died as well. That is remarkable. I want to do a whole video on past lives. I find them so interesting. I can also remember having another life in the Victorian era, but I only remember a small bit. I just remember I was very young, about 2 or 3, and unfortunately died of an illness. I believe having multiple past lives have helped me with how close I am to the spirit world. I'm also very psychic. I can predict such things before they happen, mainly in my dreams, or they will just come to me as bad or good feelings in my chest. I get that too. I get when something bad is going to happen, my stomach, I will just feel insanely sick. I will start listing my paranormal experiences. Now I have given some backstory. First story. I think the first thing I can remember is when I was 2 or 3, and me and my mom lived in this house. The stairs were by the back door. It was a very small house. I was getting my shoes on and there was a black shadow figure right at the top of the stairs, looking at me. Ever since then, I always closed my eyes and ran out of there. Second story. When I was 4, we moved house to Somerset, which is a farmer's land. And before houses were built in towns, it was just farmer's land. Not long after arriving, I had the scariest experience of my life. It was a usual night in our house. My mom had gone to sleep, and little me couldn't get to sleep. Suddenly, I heard footsteps coming up our creaky stairs. Even at 4 years old, I knew this wasn't right, and hid under my covers. I heard footsteps approach my door, and then stop at the doorframe. A loud, deep man's voice spoke. "Hello? Who are you?" I froze and didn't move. I knew this was not a real person. Something inside me was just telling me. I did not reply, so the man approached my creaky bed and sat down. Somehow, after about 20 minutes of waiting for him to go, I fell asleep. There was an imprint of a bottom on my bed when I woke up. I sprang up and ran for my mom and told her. She didn't believe me. She told me a few years later she actually did believe me, but didn't want to scare me. She also had seen the man and told me it was the old farmer who owned the land our house was on. I had a lot more experiences in that house. I also believe the negative energy brought in by humans didn't help the spirit activity. In the same house, I used to hear whispers all the time. And I remember the voices saying, "Shh, she can hear us." I also would have horrible dreams in that house. I remember having the same reoccurring dreams of being dragged down the stairs by force. Terrifying for a 4 to 7-year-old. That is quite terrifying. And the last story. When I was 12, we moved into the house I'm currently in. This is the oldest house we have lived in. It's over 100 years old. Even though I've had experiences, I don't believe it is haunted. I just believe old owners, people who have died around it, just visit. I've seen figures, have been told to shut up by a very clear male voice while I'm home alone. Things have moved right in front of my eyes. Like I said, my house is definitely not haunted, just very visited. My granddad also visits us a lot and likes moving stuff, hiding stuff, and knocking on walls. Well, that's all my experiences so far in life anyway. I hope you enjoyed and thanks for reading. From Elise. Aww. Well, thank you, Elise, for writing in. I definitely think that the old farmer, I don't think that he meant harm in any way. Shadow people always give like this really dark energy, I feel like. I think the farmer was almost confused because that was his land. So that's kind of what I get from him asking who you were. I know this was a short video, but I wanted to share her story with you guys and just kind of give like a small little update about any paranormal occurrences that I've had. Like I said, it hasn't been too much. My head's distracted by a lot of other things right now. So, and definitely make sure you write in, you email me, you tell me your paranormal story. I can't wait to hear them. Make sure you hit this like button, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, I love you guys. Bye.